And just like that, we are back, guys. Give everybody a second to jump back in.
The special commissary's here.
Ooh, woo!
The commissary's coming. Bid farewell to your hunger.
Actually genuinely excited about what this game, Duet Night Abyss, is going to be doing for the gacha space going forward with other games. I think that they are doing something that a lot of people have been wanting to see be done, not only just in that space, but overall. Seeing more of the players get and give good feedback, genuine feedback, to receive a overall better product. Hey, what's up, Kevin?
Blessing that birthed abundance and marked the dawn of civilization. But the golden age was short-lived.
Hi, Ashley. Hey, Ratri. How you guys doing? We're giving you guys a couple. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes before we get started, because our sponsor segment earlier, we actually had some more details that we got to talk about. And it's pretty exciting to see just exactly how far they're going to be taking this going forward. We were live earlier with their event that they had. We need to talk about like what exactly the event entailed, because there's a lot of great details with that. And then also we got to play some Metal Gear earlier, which was fun. I hope everything goes well, Kevin. I really hope everything goes well with your dog. On Thursday this week, we're taking our dog to get some surgery as well. Thursday morning. I'm hopeful. I think everything's gonna work out, you know. But of course, it's always things in the back of your mind. But our heart and prayers go out to your family and your dog, Kevin. And I think it'll all work out well for us. Let me just audio. How's my audio, chat, by the way? Am I good? Does it sound like it's crackling or no? Yeah, no problem, man. I think that Nightbot is not functioning properly. Thank you, Kevin. Same for you and your family.
Sand ropes weave the path beneath. Shouldst thou dream of a pristine sand realm, there lies the beginning of the story.
So earlier, we tuned into a really awesome event from Duet Night Abyss. And Duet Night Abyss is actually doing something that I think will genuinely shock a lot of players going in, because the traditional sense of how gachas function and are down to a formula, they're absolutely trying something new and different. And it's a lot of things that people, including myself, didn't think we would see until today. And it's kind of mind-blowing. So first off, they have absolutely gone ahead and revamped the way that the entire game will function, which is crazy to see. So first off, all characters and weapons are going to be free to unlock in this game. That's never been done in another gacha game. Like, yes, of course, you have your free-to-play elements where you can play, earn currency within the game, and unlock more characters in that way. That's not exactly what we're talking about. They're talking about apps. They're talking about completely removing character banners entirely. So that's a huge thing for many reasons, because you could just absolutely just play the game however you want with whatever characters it is that you want, and grind specifically for that character. And not only that, the weapons system, there are no more banners for any of this stuff. The weapons are going to be free to unlock, and there's no more star system pertaining towards the weapons. The devs full on went ahead and detailed all of this for us in this event breakdown that we saw earlier. So major shout outs to them. They did a really great job with that. So my first thought going into this, if you're going to be making characters free and unlockable in that way just by playing the game, and you're also going to make weapons free, maybe then that means stamina is going to be something that you have to pay for, right? Because there's still got to be some monetary gain within that. No, they actually went ahead and surprised us and straight up told us that stamina is also going to be free. There's no more of a stamina system that will be restricting players. Synergy is free. They will no longer be restricting players. You can play however long you want, however little that you want, and overall still unlock and enjoy the game as much as you want. But it takes it even a step further, because before, what would happen when you played this game is you'd run into a issue where you would get loot that wouldn't pertain towards your character, right? Like you'd get random loot, you'd be doing a dungeon, you run through an instance, you complete challenges, and you'll get loot that you don't necessarily need for the character that you want it to be for. They've revamped that as well. You can specifically choose your individual character that you want to focus on, and whenever you do a dungeon, a challenge, or anything pertaining towards that character, you gain shards specifically for them. That goes extremely hard. There's just no explanations really exactly just how much of a big impact that'll be, guys. Actually, I'll pull up a post right here just so we can actually talk about this a little bit more side by side, right? So specifically, this literally is changing everything. DUET Night Abyss might be the first game to ditch gacha in favor of player experience. No gacha. You can get both characters and weapons for free. Monetization will only be for cosmetics. I saw a lot of people were asking that earlier. If that is going to be the case, then what is their monetization practice? What's their business model going to be? And it's going to be based solely on cosmetics. If you want your character to look a specific way, get specific skins or events, right? Event items for your characters in that sense, that like beach outfits or like holidays, like they have a Christmas one coming up too. Monetization will only be based on that if you want cosmetics. Nothing to be pay to win. And that's wild to me because no other gacha game really does that. Nothing has done that. There's some that they drop off some things and then you still have to pay for others. This is completely removing all of that. If cosmetics are the only thing that you have to pay for, you literally can play the game for free at will and unlock things that however it is you want. And of course, no stamina system on top of that. And other people are getting on board with this too. Other gacha games, if they were to follow this way of monetization, we might see a major change in the gacha market, which I'm a strong believer. I think that if you make a really compelling game and you focus on what your players want at the end of the day, which is a great experience, you'll keep them playing even longer. Because many times over, what burns me out on some gachas is I'll be playing it and I will feel hard pressed, like, okay, I need to play today, I need to play every day, I need to hit my dailies, I need to do this. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to basically play on a schedule and hit specific things and plan out your specific routes anymore. You can just play, earn, achieve, and most of all, enjoy. No other game is doing that. They've actually kind of taken the timers out of the dungeon events too. They mentioned that specifically in this event when they were talking about it. But removing the timers is such a big factor too, because you're not going to feel pressure in completing a challenge within 3 minutes or taking long enough in order to get all the main rewards, you know? That all right there is huge for that entirely. Where did my post go? Right here. And of course, it's also being optimized fully for PC and mobile. That's the next big thing. The fact that PC is obviously going to be a main focus. The mobile market is the bigger focus, I think. Like if you got a really solid mobile platform, the game is going to be played across more hands entirely. In different regions, more people focus on playing on their phone versus their PC. So there is that too. And on top of that, guys, they also sponsored this stream and the stream from earlier. So make sure you guys check out the DUET Night Abyss pre-register link that's pinned on top of the chat and also in our comments and the description. That actually will let you go ahead and pre-order or pre-register your account for the game when it launches on October 28th. We got 2 months until the game is officially out globally, which when it does come out globally, it's going to have all of these changes to it. And not only that, it's also going to have some graphical fine-tunements. Like they've actually went ahead and they tweaked some of the environment, which they detail. I think it's coming up here at this portion. They revamped some of the graphics and they terrain. Saw it there earlier. Oh, this is the beach. This is like some of the beach cosmetic stuff right here. So yeah, that's really great. And being able to focus on one specific character and have that shard pertain towards them, that's also another significant factor too. Character fragments. You won't get random character fragments and convert missions anymore. You convert commissions, covert commissions, sorry. I keep saying convert because it's like you're thinking about converting shards, but it's not that. Characters that you specifically focus on, that you target for this stuff, you'll be rewarded for them and only them. That's the biggest mind blow of this too. And they're not going to expire your inventory or disappear over time. So again, there's no pressure on you. They're really listening to players about this, and it's the first main gacha game to do this. And then we could take it even a step further, right? The devs went ahead and they discussed like the narrative combat and latest updates, and they did a pretty cool like Q&A interview with IGN. So going through it, how would you describe Duet Night Abyss? Where do things stand with the game as of right now? Abyss is actually a thrilling hybrid action RPG featuring a dual narrative. Our goal is to provide players with pure, enjoyable gameplay in a relaxing, stress-free environment. And globally, we have conducted 1 technical test and 2 closed beta tests based on player feedback and data performance. We've also continuously refined the game. Today, they're excited to announce that the global launch is going to be October 28th. That's 2 months and 2 days from now. For this release, they made significant adjustments to the stamina system monetization models. In the release version, all characters and weapons will be fully accessible for free. Meanwhile, we are actively working on future updates and will continue to deliver high-quality content to players in the coming versions. So, you'll see in this, they do specifically mention the gacha market, the market overall, and what exactly this will do for the future of that. So, it's been expanding, obviously, in the recent years. What inspired you to support this project, and what do you see for the future of these types of games? Daniel Wu, one of the lead developers and team behind Night Abyss, basically stating that it's a perfect fit for hero games, that they carry that bold, slightly rebellious creative spirit with a remarkable artistic vision, and it reflects a deep passion for understanding of the ACGN culture, enabling the craft content that truly resonates with fans of the genre, which is what their main focus is, right? Hey, Snipes, thanks so much for the like, bro. Appreciate that. So before it was greenlit, it was already built extensively to experience through investments in leading studios. They had globally, actually previously, Kuro Games is the company that's responsible for Punishing Gray Raven. That's cool. And at the time, they were preparing the development for Withering Waves, and they also Game Science's Black Myth Wukong, which one of the biggest games last year. Which is another project that they backed. So overall, this concept of the game, when it was brought to you, has it changed or evolved since then? I'm gonna say absolutely yes, because we're seeing that the game is no longer going to be pertaining towards that traditional gacha model. It's going to be something different. So Deca Bear says, Duet Night Abyss is inspired by the deep understanding of anime-inspired culture and high-quality action games. As both a producer and passionate gamer, he's observed the growing demand for anime-inspired game titles that combine engaging narratives with thrilling combat experiences. He thinks that this niche market will continue to expand, and that outstanding content, innovative gameplay, and player-friendly systems will become key factors in the game's success. It was with these ideas in mind that they created Duet Night Abyss. The core concept and vision of the game have remained consistent throughout development through continuous refinement and efforts they convey or aim to convey their creative philosophy and passion to players worldwide. Again, focusing on the players, the feedback, and they're a young development team. Being a young development team, it does play heavily into that, because you kind of know, all right, this day and age, you're playing this type of game, this is what you want, this is what you should expect, right? And you'll see constantly in this developer showcase, many of these devs even said, like, they had complaints too. They had complaints about certain ways that the game would unfortunately work. And players and themselves, on top of that, brought it to light, and they went ahead and they made some adjustments in order to make it so that it could be exactly what players want, and less of a focus on monetization, more of player satisfaction. So they've gone ahead and they did that. They even talked about things that they didn't like and went ahead and wanted to change, which makes sense with their overall demeanor and how they're going forward with the game. Could you give an overview of the game's hybrid action RPG combat system? What makes Duet Night Abyss unique in the genre? In addition to basic movements like jumping, we added a helix jump, allowing characters to traverse long distances at high speeds, which characters can equip both melee and ranged weapons and seamlessly switch between close and long range attacks in battles. They also mentioned that the inputs for this and doing this regularly are not going to be as strenuous on your hands as they were in the past. They've gone ahead and they've revamped that, so it's a little bit easier to deal with. And both characters and weapons can be equipped with demon wedges, which not only provide stat boosts, but also introduce changes to mechanics and attack patterns, offering a wide range of options for flexible and customizable builds. During commissions, players can select 2 characters as AI companions to assist in battles and significantly reduce gameplay pressure. That's another thing too, is like in gameplay, if you're grinding, you can actually take an AI companion in with you, and they've reworked the AI so they're actually competent like real players would be, and help minimize how much pressure it is on you to do specific grinds. Like you can actually go through a lot easier with your companions and earn rewards and materials and all these items that you're trying to farm. You're able to get those a lot easier that way. Some of the most common issues players have with gacha games are the pay-to-win mechanics and excessive grinding. What does Duet Night Abyss do to address these problems? Again, it's every single one of these. You're going to run into some of these situations where players are feeling a little burnt out or burned by this and don't want to deal with it. Their approach is, in my opinion, going to be alleviating that. So again, kudos to them and shout outs to them for focusing on this. Deca Bear says, drawing on years of experience in art and design for anime style games, he's long dreamed of creating an action RPG with distinctive anime aesthetic. At the same time, he's also aware that the current anime style games market often has a reputation for grind heavy and pay to win mechanics. That's why they set out to develop a truly player friendly free to play RPG where you can enjoy the game freely at your own pace. With that goal in mind, balancing monetization and player experience has been a core focus for our development team. In the latest updates to the Duet Night Abyss, they made major changes to the monetization system, character banners, and star ratings for both characters and weapons have been removed, and all characters and weapons are now completely free to obtain. I can't tell you enough how crazy that is, man. That's mind blowing to see. I didn't think that would be a thing we would ever see in a gacha game, and I always said that the first gacha game that realizes this and actually puts forward action to do that is going to be a very successful one and win the hearts of many players, and in turn get more people to play your game, which is, in my opinion, what you want at the end of the day. You want more players happy, more players active, and maybe those happy active players will respect your monetization process and how it's not as predatory, and also the money that they save, use that on cosmetics to further help the, I guess you could say, like the sustainability of the game, right? From the perspective of reducing player burden, Demon Wedge's system provides fixed stat boasts that can be applied universally within its category once obtained. In commissions, the sigil system allows players to summon AI companions to assist in combat, improving efficiency and reducing grind. Additionally, the stamina system for commissions has been completely removed. Our goal is to ease players' burdens while maintaining a player-friendly experience for free-to-play users. Those changes are pretty significant. What went into that decision? As a producer, did you have any concerns about that choice? Obviously, there are going to be concerns, but if you're confident with what you're delivering as a product, I think there's not really a whole lot of room for concern in that department. You're actually giving players some respect and also allowing them to just play the game however they want, whenever they want, and however long they want. And you're only asking, hey, if you do want to support us, you can buy these cosmetics that don't pertain towards stats at all, and it would go a long way. As mentioned, our core vision for Duet Night Abyss is to build a high-quality, long-term, and truly player-friendly ecosystem for users around the world. Again, if they nail this, man, it'll be the best, I think, of this entire genre. Monetization has to serve the gameplay experience, not compromise the fun, and that's the biggest thing. Is like there's a lot of people say, like with gacha games, there's a lot of elements where, oh, yes, I'm going to be a free-to-play player and not spend any money on this game. But then you run into limitations like stamina, which prevents you from playing more, and that you have to technically pay for stamina if you want to play more. They're removing that. You don't have to worry about that at all. So all avenues of this are pretty much being covered, right? If you think about it in that way. The choice to remove character banners and weapons also, as well as star ratings, was driven by extensive player feedback and our team's commitment to creating a fairer, more sustainable progression system. So it's overall gameplay focus. And they're thinking that the more that they focus that, the more they respect players, it'll overall go well with the community, which I strongly believe. I strongly believe that too. These changes mean giving up some common monetization methods. Oh, actually, yeah, right here. While this may mean letting go of certain short-term monetization opportunities, I believe that over time, it'll deepen player engagement and trust, paving the way for a healthier and more enduring business model. This guy gets it. This team gets it. They understand it, man. That's I personally, now I feel like, and I've already signed up, I've already pre-registered, which you guys can too with that link pinned on top of our chat, in our description, and our comments. DUET Night Abyss, you can pre-register right now using our link. I went ahead and I did that multiple times on 2 different accounts just because I do want to support them, and I like that they're going this route. And all it takes is one company. All it takes is one company to do this, and it can completely shock and change the entire ecosystem before we even know it. That's mind-blowing. These changes mean giving up some monetization methods, company perspective. As a CEO, what were your feelings on the decision? So they're asking Daniel Wu on this. So on this matter, I share the same vision as our producer. As a gamer myself, I truly value player-friendly design, which is why we place such importance on player feedback. The direction of our adjustments is focused on meeting player expectations and delivering an experience that genuinely resonates with them. From a company perspective, while this may mean forging or foregoing certain quick monetization opportunities in the short term, I believe that in the long run, it'll help strengthen player engagement and reputation and build a healthier, more sustainable business model. So they're pretty much all in agreement at that point, which I am too. I am too at that point. Throughout the process of development, how important has player feedback been? What areas of the game have been most popular, and what areas do you still need to improve based on the feedback that you've gotten? Decabear says, we've always placed the highest importance on player feedback. Some players have previously expressed concerns about our monetization system for a live service game. We do believe that a business model built on player trust is essential. That's why in this update, we made those adjustments aiming to improve player experience while ensuring the game's long-term sustainability. Again, man, these guys get it. Yo, what's up, Gambling? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Naturally, there also are going to be discussions and concerns along the way, whether these changes might impact our revenue model or affect core player engagement, but they've remained committed to the belief that a healthy ecosystem and strong player goodwill are far more than short-term returns. Again, they're building something. You're building towards something. You're not cannibalizing or being predatory on getting paid now and as quickly as possible, and then your game dies and nobody plays it anymore, and then you move on to the next thing. They're focusing on fun, enjoyable gameplay elements, player feedback, and those same players will enjoy the gameplay enough to respect that their choices are more focused towards enhancing their experience, and in turn take that and possibly invest in their cosmetics in order to support the game. It's kind of like a very big respect factor. If you really look at it like that, that's huge. That's crazy. We're fortunate to have the full support of our leadership, especially our CEO Daniel, as well as our publishing team. We all share the goal of creating a game that players genuinely want to stay with and can form lasting connections around. And this is where our efforts invested most. We'll monitor the new designs and refine them to ensure that they deliver. Again, they're going to be watching this closely, but again, they keep saying that they've remained committed. They've also, with the global launch, have a roadmap for us. They have to set the cadence for the release of new information going forward. The next step, of course, is preparing the global launch, which is a critical moment for our entire team. We need to ensure that the upcoming version is stable and delivers a smooth, enjoyable experience, and we'll continue to make optimizations and adjustments leading up to the launch. All the content for this version is currently in development. The special program already showcased some of the new visuals, which we talked about a little earlier, they're focusing on improving the environment, textures in a lot of ways. So I think that's really going to be well done too. But this is just a small part of what's coming. There's still a lot more new content, including trailers and characters, which we'll be sharing on Duet Night Abyss's social channels. So stay tuned for that. Which also, yeah, if you click our link, which is pinned on top to pre-register, after you pre-register, it asks you to check out their different social accounts. They have Twitter, they have TikTok, they have YouTube, they have covered all bases. You know, they have Discord as well for those personal community bonds. I highly recommend you guys check out any of those that directly pertain to you, that'll help you out in, well, enjoying this game to the best of your abilities, right? What are you most looking forward to hearing from players about once they get their hands on the game after launch? For us, every piece of feedback from players is valuable, whether it's about story, combat, characters, or visuals. We welcome all feedback and will continuously refine and improve the game based on it. We know we know PC and mobile versions of the game. Are there plans to bring it to other platforms? That's a big thing too. Is like, if you were to get this game, like you have it on PC, you have it on mobile. If you were to get this on Nintendo Switch, that's big in itself, right? Well, we're gonna make this game fully compatible with controllers. They're doing it, and the previous closed beta test included an initial trial. Apart from this, we also aim to expand the game to more platforms, giving players more ways to play. They're trying to bring it to console eventually. I mean, they're saying it's fully compatible with controllers. They're working on making it fully compatible with controllers. And the previous beta had an initial trial to experience this. So we can't expect that going forward. I mean, if it's on consoles, that's a big deal too. There's a lot of gacha games I know that many people don't want to play on their phones. Many people don't have a PC to play this, or would prefer to play on their console on their couch. So having that base covered is going to be big in further catapulting them even further. What does success for Duet Night Abyss look like for you? What's your goal with this game? And how do you expect it to grow in the future? Daniel Wu says, from a business perspective, return on investment may be the most straightforward measure of a game's success. But for him, chasing short-term gains is not the core goal or the main focus. They've always believed that a product's true success, and reiterating this again, should go purely beyond commercial metrics, and what they value is the team's continuous growth and capability accumulation throughout the process, technological iteration and innovation breakthroughs, a long-term health of the product's ecosystem, and building deep and meaningful interactions with players. As long as we stay aligned with the right overarching direction and keep improving along those dimensions, the likelihood of achieving success naturally increases. He's right. He's absolutely right, and they get it. I'm so shocked that it's taken this long. How long have gacha games been out and been a thing? It's taken this long for a company to realize this, man. It's mind-blowing in the best possible ways. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the players who are interested in Duet Night Abyss? Deca Bear says, we want to thank all players for the continued attention and support. With the global launch of Duet Night Abyss just around the corner, we hope players will give it a try. If any gameplay issues are encountered, please let us know. We'll keep refining the game and develop more fun and engaging content to deliver the best possible experience for everyone. And a major shout out to IGN for this interview here. So they went a little bit more into detail and further established exactly what they were saying within this event video. I mean, the players felt the same. Players and themselves felt the same about the way that the systems were in the game, and they felt like going forward, this is the approach that they need to take to continue to rise up in that way. So I'm all for it, guys. What do you think, chat? How do you guys feel about this being the system going forward for this particular game, but also like other titles that they have coming forward? How's it going, Residuals? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for the stream, like thank you for the stream, like little snipes. I appreciate that. Low stress, efficiency, dude. They're saying the right things nonstop, man. I'm hype. I like this. It's obviously going to come down to execution, how they go about doing all this and sticking with that plan. But I don't think they have any plans to drop back in any way on that. I think that they are honestly going to be hard focusing on keeping this as the reality going forward. And just like it is on Twitter, shocking a lot of people about just how this company is going about it. Man, what could this mean going forward? I totally get it.
角色碎片刚才听下来就是一个一个的买，意思是如果说我刷碎片刷了一半，那剩下一半我可以半价购买吗？
对对对，这个理解没有问题。就是我们在界面里面，在合成的时候可以看到右下角，其实会有显示当前你这个角色已经获得碎片的进度，以及说如果你要把它合成
I appreciate you gambling. Thank you.
需要花费的钱。当你刷取的碎片越来越多的时候，其实你需要花的钱会越来越少啊，到最后就是可以免费获得。
哦。 哎，那这样，如果我想要获得所有的角色，岂不是很累？
这你放心。那我们游戏呢，其实是有 AI 队友。
Yeah, the AI combat part, the computer partners overall, going through and making the grind that much easier. Not easier, but that like to the point where it's not as stressful. Like, oh shit, I need real players for this. And they also mentioned co-op too. Co-op being a big deal too, man.
虽然它比较小，资产量还是比较多的。包括像。
These are the Santa Claus like holiday outfits. Seasonal themes are going to be a regular thing for cosmetics and events within the game. Here's the environment upgrades we talked about earlier. That they'll be improving graphics and terrain and just overall the quality of the textures and stuff that they use within it. Hey Jess, I'm happy to hear that. We've actually been streaming a lot this week, and it feels good to be back. I'm just getting back used to properly balancing it because we have been overdoing it a little bit. But it's my fault. I'm setting like these wild challenges, and not challenges, but these deadlines on myself. And like finishing Metal Gear today was a big focus, but those cutscenes went on way too long, and it really impacted me negatively in a lot of other ways. But we're all good. We made it through, and we're back as promised. Appreciate that, Jess. Thank you.
那么在介绍完体力系统以及商业化的这个调整之后，针对知名测试，我们其实发了一个总结回顾嘛。然后
So they've had, I think, 3 or 4 different closed betas. And now for global launch, they're going ahead and taking all that feedback and just flipping the entire gacha market on its head in the most exciting ways. Yeah, these are like the NPC characters that you couldn't play as before. Now they're going to be playable.
进行战斗啊，可以行动这些。
对对。
那挺好。那其他还有什么吗？
还有一也是大家比较关心的副本玩法优化。就如之前公告我们说的，我们其实移除了所有副本的时间锁。
Yeah, dungeon time limits. That's all gone. So no longer 3 minutes are needing 3 minutes to complete this, or only having 3 minutes to complete it. This dude is happy about that.
那除此之外，其实我们还有增加了一个叫 AI 自动召唤的功能。那其实我们上一次游戏里面
auto summon. I didn't notice that. So the combat partner system in dungeons is that it's going to invoke an auto summon. That's cool.
自动召唤的一个功能，这个功能基本上是默认会开启的。所以呢，有这个功能，它就可以帮助玩家更好的去副本游玩，更轻松一些。
其实副本的坐牢点，我感觉还不止这一点，就是上一次测试，包括之前。我在 PC 上去玩的，然后主要是我的在螺旋飞跃的时候，在键盘上我手指头特别的。
They also, I think they show here. Oh, this is the PC like movement, right? So you hold Shift and you can do that long sprint.
然后只要长按大概2秒左右啊，就会一直保持这个疾跑状态，也不需要说一直摁着。
So you don't have to mash buttons anymore. Now it's actually streamlined. Less having to do more inputs. And more saving the health of your fingers. They get it.
之后点击这个我们键盘上的 F 键，就可以直接进行快速的位移，真正的做到一键上房顶。
不得不说这个改动确实好，算是救了大家的小拇指了。
Everyone's poor pinky fingers, yeah, pinky on the shift.
功能优化我们也同步加上了。那比如说委托密函，除了前面已经提到的大改动，其实还有2个小优化。就是以前呢。分别就是以前我们的密函其实是全数字，
Oh yeah, the quality of life is you'd have to go through each one by one to see what materials exactly it was that you farmed, and you have to memorize codes and stuff. Now it's not like that anymore. It's easily to identify it. So that's a good change, I think, and probably something that should have been there from the beginning. But overall, however long it took, I'm glad that it's there now, and at least it'll be there for launch, right? Again, major shout out to DUET Night Abyss for sponsoring this stream. Chat, if you guys haven't yet, the pre-register link at the top of our chat and in our comments and in our description. You guys can go there right now and pre-register for free. This game comes out, DUET Night Abyss comes out on October 28th. It's 2 months from now, and I know we have a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of things coming up that we'll be playing and enjoying. This comes out at a really proper time where we'll be able to balance out our gaming, and then also it's also not going to be demanding all of our time, which I really do appreciate, and I like that a lot. So I think I'm going to be installing this on my phone and my PC, because obviously both accounts will be syncing, and then eventually, not at launch, not at global launch at least, it does seem like they do have console versions ready in the works for that. So that's a little exciting to see. We just want players to enjoy the game. Yeah, that's all most devs want, you know. And it's just like sometimes they're stuck in a rock and a hard place, man. They're stuck at not even them. They're stuck at like some publishing companies hammering on them. Hey, bring us money. We need more money. Create this that you were gonna do for free and add a price tag to it. There's a lot of companies that unfortunately have to deal with that, and there's not much they can do. They have to just roll with the punches and take the brunt of the community feedback in that way. So their like, you know, their whole publishing scheme, their whole idea behind this is just getting rid of that having to be the mandatory thing and just making it an enjoyable aspect for everybody, which I appreciate. I'm pretty sure all of you guys do as well, right? I mean, it only makes sense. It only makes sense. Oops. Dude, the co-op thing too. All dungeons will be co-op, and then they hit us with, oh, by the way, if you don't want co-op, you don't have to. You can enjoy it however you want. It's not the big focus, right? Again, there's not a whole lot of games that do that. Excuse me. My voice is not voicing. Yeah, it feels good to be back, guys. One more thing, the last test, the mobile build, they acknowledged that it was a mess, that the mobile version of the game didn't run good. It wasn't running to the standard of what they wanted it to be and also what the players deserve. So they say they dropped the ball there, and they're going to be working on fixing that, and they've already made some great improvements towards it. They even show some footage here, which again, in my opinion, still needs some work. You'll see there's still some stutters here, right? I think in as soon as the combat starts, it'll probably run good on like gaming phones specifically, but like your standard phone, you want this to work properly, right? You'll see here, it's like right there. There was a little bit of a stutter, a little bit more there when damage numbers and stuff come up. So they're saying that's better than it was before. So hopefully, ideally, that is the case, and it just is going forward. Yeah, and look at a statement here. We're going to keep listening to your feedback and making updates along the way. Our goal is to build something people actually enjoy, and it's something that feels like it's worth your time and delivers what you're looking for. At its core, we want this to be a chill, low-pressure game. No paywalls, so you can enjoy playing it. You just jump in, have fun, and enjoy the ride. And if down the line you feel like it's worth your time, that's awesome. Yeah. I like confident devs. I like when devs have a product, their confidence is high in it to the point where they feel like they can make these drastic changes, because no other gacha game does this. No other gacha game is doing this actual truly free to play aspect of it. Most gachas have free to play elements, but in order to actually enjoy the full brunt of the game, you end up running into lock-offs, stamina blocks. This game's not going to have any of that. They're removing all of that from this game, so you can immediately jump up and enjoy it. Thanks for the 100s.
同时呢，我们美术同学也会持续去做好美术的细节优化，以更进一步的画面表现。
And of course, it continued to make the visuals even sharper. So, always happy to see that. 以争取以最高的完成度，以最好的效果面对大家，期待10月28号。Yeah, October 28th. October 28th. That's 2 months from now, chat. Bye bye. And remember, hit that link on the top of the pinned comment and also in the description. It'll take you, and it takes like a second to register. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can register again on my other, my main account, right? So let's go back here. Pre-register now. Well, actually, no. It says I'm still in this. Let me log out real quick. Register now. Yeah, let's go Google. I'm gonna go in with my LLC. Get them another. I'm gonna get them. I just feel like I'm gonna be playing multiple accounts just to show how in depth this game can really go, right? So if you guys haven't yet, make sure you pre-register. See, it's done just like that. That's all it took to pre-register. Really easy process. And on top of that, you have all these other social media platforms you can follow between their Twitter, their Instagram, TikTok, Discord, YouTube, and Facebook. The Discord community is where you're going to be directly connected with all the rest of us that are going to be playing the game. Whereas like Twitter is, and Facebook is where you're going to get all the news. And if you do click on their Twitter, they're really active. Like today, they made all those big updates about what you can expect and different things coming to the game and what exactly this stuff means. They full on had that ready as soon as the live stream was done. So overall, I think that following their Twitter is definitely going to go a long way for that. I already went ahead and followed them, so you guys should definitely go ahead and make sure you do that. And also, this is the new character that's coming into the game. I can't wait to see what the story is on this. I love that she has a red samurai blade. The focus on color in this is something that I notice. Like immediately off rip.
Together, we shall face the future.
Together.
That's why I'm wielding this sword.
October 28th. Globally, guys. Globally. And again, all characters and weapons are free to unlock. I still can't believe that. That's kind of mind-blowing, man. I'm gonna be playing this. I'm gonna be keeping my eye close on how this all develops and what the future of this game and the life cycle of it are going to be, and exactly how this affects the market, man. Because if this game is like proving and showing to people that a happy player base is a healthy player base and overall will continue the life of the game, I think that that could be huge for the gaming industry. Market in general, every company strives to have a sort of live service game that not keeps them afloat, but like really does bring in profits constantly. So with this being set up in this way, I think that they're ultimately primed and ready for great success. I would hope so, right? But yeah, again, man, major shout outs to Duet Night Abyss and Hero Games for sponsoring the stream. If you guys haven't yet, click that link on top of the pinned comment and our description, and also in the pinned comments below, so you guys can go ahead and pre-register today. Duet Night Abyss is out on October 28th, so definitely go ahead and pre-register so you don't miss out on that. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this second half of the sponsored stream. It's been such a crazy, hectic, busy day, but the rest of this week is going to be something interesting. So my dog Grayson, you guys might have heard me talking about it earlier. He's having surgery on Thursday, and just don't know. Like anytime a family member you know, let alone a dog, goes and gets surgery. It's always like something in the back of your mind. And you guys' support over this entire thing has been nothing short of like warming. And we do appreciate it. Me, Nadia, Grayson, my mom, them, family, everybody appreciates it. And I want to thank you guys again for all the support, man. It's just been crazy, hectic. It's been hard to stream these last few months. And I'm just trying to get back into it and figure out exactly how I can go about it and do a stream schedule. And also, again, thank you for everybody checking out our Final Fantasy VII Remake Platinum video that we made. If you guys haven't yet, that's that link I've just posted in the chat. That's our link there so that you guys can go ahead and check out our Platinum videos. And exactly what... Platinum videos. Oops. And exactly what... Check. Playing back my own audio there. Yeah, there we go. All right, man. I'm going to call it there. It's been a busy day. Got an even crazier, busier day tomorrow. Going to be focusing on finishing up the Platinum video. It shouldn't be too long. I don't think it'll take me longer than like a week to develop and create this. I think it'll probably be like 2 days, maybe Thursday afternoon. Maybe you guys will see this video up and ready for you all. But you all take care. Have a good night. I'm going to end the stream there and call it a night. Thank you so much again, DUET Night Abyss, for sponsoring this stream. I really appreciate it. Good night, guys.